look over the drivers, the racers, the fans, the officials, and have a safe meet. Look over the fans as we head for home, and we bring this all in your name, my Heavenly Father. Amen.
Flag all way up on that high point. Gentlemen, please take your hats off, put your right hand over your heart, and join me as we give our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as Mrs. Shirley Woody, from down in Windsor, Sherry Woody, I'm sorry, will proudly sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous light o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flags were still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we're going to clear the track. So we'll get action underway here for tonight. Firecracker Special. As they get it down just a little bit quieter, all four classes of cars that are on hand with us this evening, representative by some of the top drivers here in the southwest Missouri area. They come from well over 100 to 200 mile radius to race under the NASCAR win chauffeur Dave Gilmore back with us in car number 3. Here comes last year's Bomber champion Spanky Weiss out of Newburgh in car number 11. Camerton's Dan Newell rolls out the number 83 car. Bruce Batson out of Springfield in 97. Lebanon chauffeur Chris Nichols in car number 10. Daryl Butcher out of Springfield in 33. Lester Freeby will be driving the 01 car this evening. And Chris Passatino will be driving the 57 Chevy. This will be 8 times around. You want to finish in the top 6 to get on the 12-car inversion for tonight's racing action. Kerry Dickens, main concession stand, please. Kerry Dickens, main concession stand, please. As we said, Lester Freeby will be driving the 01 here this evening. Chris Passatino out there, as we said, from the older model to the newer model for this 4th of July celebration. And evidently Dave Gilmore, a little bit of problems in the number 3 machine. 8 times around this beautiful 3/8 mile asphalt oval. If you enjoy the racing action with us here this evening, come back next Saturday night. We've got this each and every Saturday night all the way through the middle of September. Regular admission. What you pay tonight, that's what we have for our regular shows. The Bombers will be back on hand for next weekend's action. Need a push for Dave Gilmore's number 3 machine. Bombers will be back next week as the late model stocks will get the weekend off. They will not be in action at Bolivar nor here at Lebanon, and the Rottmobile making his way, and Gilmore's car not wanting to come up to fire, trying to crank it over. 3,400 pounds of man, lady, and machinery set to go, and here's your starting grid once again. Up on the front row is Dan Newell in car number 83. To his outside from down at Rogersville, Sam Shaw in the number 19 machine. The second row is Frankie Weiss, last year's Bomber champion in car number 11. To his outside, our first-year lady driver, Janice Cunningham in 80. The third row, another first-year driver, Bruce Batson in 97, and rookie driver Francis Hobbs in 45. Lebanon's Chris Nichols in row number 4 in car number 10, and Darrell Lockhart in the 63 car. The fifth row will find Freebie in the old one, while it's going to be Gary Wall in 27. Darrell Butcher in 33, Gilmore in 3, Chris Passatino driving the zero machine here this evening. Lights go off for this first 8-lap qualifier. Here they come. Second generation driver Dan Newell set the pace for the race, and race on. And Shaw goes to the high side. Newell wants that low group. Watch him dip and tuck for position hard. Cunningham and Batson going at it for the number 3 and 4 spot. Nichols coming on strong, but it's all Shaw in that A1 non-service 19 car setting the pace for lap number 1. Newell holding on a second now. Watch Chris Nichols. Oh, and there goes Janice Cunningham. Round and around, she keeps it rolling in car 80. We'll stay clean and green. And now, Nichols and Batson continue to go to battle for the number 3 qualifying spot. It's all Shaw in the 19. Dan Newell in the 83. Nichols now. Here comes Batson on the low side. The race now for the number 3 spot. Oh, it's Shaw. Clears the zero car. Passatino. Shaw still in control. And here comes the race now for the number 2 spot. It's Bill, Chris Nichols, Batson, Wall running 5th. Hobbs now on the bubble. They rocket down the backstretch. It's still Steve Shaw out in front in 19. Now watch the race for second. Here comes Nichols on the inside of Dan Newell. Side by side, Lebanon chauffeur Chris Nichols now puts that north side machine shop number 10 up to the runner-up position. Newell wants that inside group, while Hobbs continues to fight Spanky for the last qualifying spot. Down the front stretch, Shaw still in control. Nichols, Newell, Batson, Wall, and now Hobbs and Weiss. The battle to go as we've got 5 down, only 3 remain. Nichols trying to close up ground, but it's all Steve Shaw going to the high side in car 19. Nichols a strong second. Newell and Batson hang on to 3rd and 4th. Wall running in 5th, and watch the race for the final transfer. Will it be Weiss? Will it be Hobbs? The white flag coming out this time for the Rogersville chauffeur Steve Shaw. He's only got 1 more lap to go. Nichols running out strong second, as now 3rd, 4th, and 5th continue to do their battle. It seems like the top 5 locked in. Watch the battle between Hobbs and Mikey for 6th. Coming on the high side of turn 4, the checker flag coming out for Steve Shaw. Nichols 2nd, Newell will be 3rd. Batson followed by Gary Wall, and the race for the number 6 spot going to Francis Hobbs. We take the number of times they race with us divided by the number of appearances within their last 4 as the fast dash heat now rolls out. Jody Whitener out of Springfield will lead them out in car 18. Johnny Cates in the number 94 car. Scott Phillips out of Springfield in car 30. Lebanon's Brian Brown in 2. The man going for 3 in a row in the super stock division from Rolla, Missouri, Joey Oxford in 42. Last year's Rookie of the Year from Fairplay, Jim Cates in 91. The 4th row will find the English gentleman, Steve Edgecombe of House Springs, Missouri, in car number 65, and racing Ron Boyce out of Springfield in car number 23. The next row, he's right there in the top 5 of the point standings from here in Lebanon, Missouri, driving car number 84, awesome Ron Myers. And back at the rear, your point leader, and last night's feature winner at Bolivar in that double donut car out of Miller, Missouri, Robbie Johnson. to his outside. Also out of Miller in the big #1 car, charging Charlie Johnson. And starting in the shotgun position, back with us after about 3 weeks off from Rogersville, car number 59, Andy Jenkins. Only Joey Oxford knows where he's starting tonight's feature. That is dead last. The big red dog. Will he have the Bulldog fight tonight? The rest of the drivers trying to qualify on the inversion. Whitener to set the pace. Case on his outside and races. And Jody Whitener and Case, they're side by side. Remember, this is what we call the fast dash heat. Wheel to wheel, they roll by the wild side. Looks like the start right on the parade lap. Whitener. Now here comes Johnny Case. Phillips and Brown trying to find running room as Johnny Case leads lap #1. It's Johnny Case coming up strong. Now Brian Brown and Jody Whitener making their charge as Phillips and Oxford go side by side back for position. Wheel to wheel, that's how tight this superstar class is. Coming down for lap #2. Whitener now takes over second spot from Brown. Whitener to the low side. Brown's on the high side. Phillips, Case, and Oxford continue to battle for position. Edgecombe along with Boyce as the boys from Miller back in the back still yet. Coming down for lap #3. It's still Johnny Case down in front. Now his twin brother Jim trying that low side. Oxford's trying for 3 in a row in the A feature. He looks to the inside of Brown and Phillips. Scott Phillips now trying to take over that third spot. Dewall up front. Here comes Whitener on the inside. Wheel to wheel, they race through turn #4. And it's still Johnny Case in control. Whitener dives to the inside. Case is on the outside. Brown gets up in the high groove. Here comes Charlie from deep in the pack. Into Calamity Corner. Now Johnny Whitener takes over that #1 spotter, does he? Here comes Scott Phillips and Johnny Case as Charlie now moves to the outside groove. 5 down, 3 to go. Oxford wants the inside. Whitener's got the spot. Here comes Scott Phillips now in car 30. Charging Charlie. Second in the point standing. Trying to work his way back to the front. Down the front stretch, it's Whitener in control. Scott Phillips and Oxford now. Wheel to wheel for second and third. Johnson, Meyer, Case, and Ron Boyd. Oxford, Phillips continue their battle. They're all chasing the man who will look at the white flag this time. And Johnny Whitener only has 1 more lap to go. Charlie Johnson dives the big one to the inside, and now Oxford's on the move. Joey Oxford looks to the inside of Whitener. Does the Red Dog have the bite in tonight's fast dash? Whitener gets it to the high side. Here comes Oxford down low, and at the flag stand, it's Whitener with the victory. Turn loose what we call our local thunder and lightning as our Grand American Modifieds roll out for their first 8-lap qualifier. Walter Doyle out of Springfield in car 25. Crocker, Missouri's Jim Hayes in 14. The defending track champion driving car 91 is David Bates. Fairgrove, Terry Taylor, who led much of the feature last night in car number 66. And back at the rear, from out of Springfield in car number 93, Steve Mahana. And doing double duty tonight from High Ridge, Missouri, his first time in a Grand American Modified, car number 7, Danny Haynes. Danny Haynes, who's got the modified and the late model stock division car with us tonight. 6 cars set to go 8 times around as the yellow still remains out. Walter Dole back on the asphalt circuit with us in car number 25 now. And Jim Hayes also back with us in the 14 machine after setting out much of last year. The second row is 2 guys that come from a town. Whoop, nope. The driver's getting very anxious here in this first modified heat race, and evidently something wrong with Danny Haynes' car. The second row, as we said, 2 drivers from the town we call Little Charlotte. That's what Chris Economaki from Speedsport called this town. That, of course, Fairgrove, Missouri. Terry Taylor, who had a great run last night over Bolivar in 66, and your defending track champion, David Bates. This is not the normal car that Bates runs, and after last night's run at Bolivar, he wanted to be able to try to do something a little different to change his luck around. The newcomer with us, originally from up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Steve Mahana, has been turning a lot of heads down here in the Ozarks Fast Track in that number 93 car. Steve now hailing from out of Springfield, Missouri, moving right up into the tunnel. Don't forget the place we all meet after the race in action, B&D on the 127 exit, 24-hour service, whatever it might be. Leo's got that green rolled up. Here we go. Walter Doyle and Jim Hayes. Your second row, Terry Taylor and David Bates. Mahana will start back in that shotgun position. No points awarded in these heat races, just a means of qualifying as the fast dash heat rolls into the staging area. Walter Doyle brings them down nice and easy in that Precision Tune Sponsor 25 car. They'll start to pick it up through Calamity Corner. Here they come, and we're racing. Taylor and Bates are side by side, and Walter Doyle right there in the middle in the thick of the battle. But it's Jim Hayes jumping out in front. The gentleman out of Crocker. Oh, Bates, Doyle, locking it up hard. As the yellow coming out. Told you our Grand American Modifieds, after a big rule change going into last year, putting them on a small 2-barrel gas carburetor, has really picked up the car count. Last night over at Bolivar, we had right at 750 on the AM dial. It'll be a double up. The guys evidently thinking they got one in, and here we go. Taylor along with Hayes, I believe. They'll move them up and all right, here we go. Complete original restart. Doyle, Hayes, Taylor, Bates, Mahana. Hayes not able to make the call. Here they go as the lights shut off around this 3/8 mile asphalt oval. Walter Doyle picking up the pace. Hayes flanks him on the outside, and once again, we're racing. Hayes jumps out to the early command. Taylor and Bates now side by side down by the wild side. As they enter through Calamity Corner now. Watch the race for second and third between Terry Taylor and David Bates. Mahana and Bates going hard for that third place. Taylor, a little bit of smoke coming from that 66 car. The meanwhile up front, it's all Jim Hayes in car number 14. Taylor holding on to second. Bates and Mahana still running third and fourth. Hayes' lead stretching out ever so slightly in that 14 car. While now Terry Taylor has David Bates coming on strong. Bates coming on strong in that 91 car. Mahana right there with him as they rocket down the back straightaway. We're halfway home, and it's all Jim Hayes in car number 14. Mahana looks to the inside of Bates. Bates wanting to use that high line one more time as they come off turn 4. Hayes with almost a half a straightaway lead, but watch the race for third spot. Bates and Mahana continue to go at it. Mahana looks inside. Bates shuts the door on that low groove. While your leader, Jim Hayes, looking for his first feature in a Grand American Modified on the asphalt. Bates and Mahana continue their battle for third and fourth, but the white flag will be coming out for car 14 out of Crocker, Jim Hayes. He's only got 1 more left to go. Bates and Mahana continue their battle for third and fourth. But as your leader enters Calamity Corner, he stays on the high side of turn 4. Here comes Jim Hayes. Taylor coming home second. Bates third. Mahana fourth. Hayes. Now it's time for the fast cats to roll out. I told you, about 12 hours worth of work. Doug Asby will lead him out. The Rogersville chauffeur in car number 2. The High Ridge Roadrunner, Donnie Jumper in car number 75. Second in the track point standing. We know him in the Ozarks as a Flying Postman car number 10, Dale Roper. To his outside, the 19-year-old from down in Joplin, Missouri, and last night's feature winner at Bolivar car 02, Jamie McMurray. Starting at the rear, he holds a 2-point lead over Roper by virtue of the win here last Saturday night from Kensington, car number 21, Brian Moeller. And to his outside, from Buffalo, Missouri, former Superstock front runner, now in a modified car number 12, Tim McCowan. Marler will be starting tonight in that shotgun position, the number 21 car. Remember, no points, a little bit of money, and you get to feel your competition out here. This is a fast dash heat, and Donnie Jumper knows the fast way around this track. 2 feature wins last year. Here he comes to set the pace. Has me back with us in car 2, and racing. And Jumper takes the early Camaro now. Rush as they dive to the inside as they rocket down the back straightaway. Roper and McMurray. It's the veteran versus the youngster. While Portland of Marler sticks his nose down to the low point. The High Ridge Roadrunner, Donnie Jumper, still out in front, while 2 veterans now dug at it. There goes Moeller. Moeller runs McMurray on the inside. Roper's got the high lane of third, while Jumper still sets the pace. It's Asby. Here comes the postman. Asby and Roper touching wheels. Doug gets it sideways as he loops it down the back straightaway. Caution flag rolling out, and the Rogersville chauffeur, Doug Asby, taking a little wild ride while running in that number 2 position. But as we look at them now, they'll go single file with 2 laps down on the Ozarks Coca-Cola scoreboard. Donnie Jumper setting a fast pace in car number 75. Dale Roper lurking in the shadows, holding on to second. Marler will be running third, McMurray fourth, McCowan fifth. Asby will hold on to that number 6 spot. The first late model stock heat race of the evening will be ready to head to the staging area next. The Mighty Modifieds, as we said, last night at Bolivar, 20 strong, and it was McMurray who started dead last to capture last night's feature win. A hard wreck last night involving Terry Taylor, Don Floyd, and Dale Roper as the point standings will shuffle going into the next weekend's action. Here we go. Lights are off. Jumper now starts to pick up the pace. Roper on his bumper, and release time. Single file they go now as they try to make up some quick ground. Roper wants the outside. Jumper's on the low side. Donnie shuts the door on the postman. Coming down now for lap number 3. Roper continues to put on pressure. Your top 4 knows the tail. Roper right off the Jumper's back bumper. Moeller wants the inside. The postman shuts the door on the mail route. As they come down halfway home, it's still Jumper in control. Dale Roper, hanging on strong. He wants the inside now. While he does that, Moeller takes a wild ride with the wild side. And here comes McMurray. Off turn 4 now. It's still Jumper in control. While Roper hangs on to second. Asby gaining ground in car number 2, trying to fight the handle. Roper takes a wild ride. There goes Moeller on the inside. Powering to the front now. 1 and 2 in the track point standings are wheel to wheel. Jumper now stretches out the lead. Moeller and Roper continue as Moeller now goes to the number 2 spot. The right flag coming out for Donnie Jumper, and he's only got 1 more lap to go. Jumper still in control. Does Moeller have enough power left in Marty's power plant? Down the back stretch. The hit into Calamity Corner. Moeller wants it high. Now he comes down low. But at the flag stand, it's Jumper with the victory. Moeller second, Roper running third. Our first late model stock heat race of the evening now rolling out. And rookie driver Gary Klaus from up in St. James, Missouri makes his way out in car number 15. Danny Haynes in the number 33, that Oldsmobile Cutlass body car. Your second row from down in Buffalo, Missouri, car number 49 is Sam Payne. To his outside from Bolivar, Missouri, Jerry Ballinger, driving car number 40. The third row will find last night's feature winner from down in Willard, Missouri, Jim Hunt in car 25. To his outside from Lebanon, car number 93 is Harold Armstrong. Back in the fourth row, another Lebanon chauffeur in car number 4, Dave Anderson. The Anderson's outside from St. James, Missouri, rookie driver in the stock division, car 42, Tom Klaus. And bringing up the rear, another one of our fine second-generation drivers from down toward Neosho, Missouri, Bob Johnson Jr., driving car number 28. Here they come. Cluster's Thunderbird to set the pace for the race, and race time. All of these drivers trying to get on that top six inversion, and a pair of Fords going to the front as Payne dives to the inside. Jim Hunt now carrying a lot of momentum, but now Cluster not giving an inch on that high groove as they come down for lap number 1. It's Payne in control. Payne dives up high now. Cluster stays down low while Hunt, Haynes, Ballinger, and Anderson continue to battle through the pack. Coming off that number 4 turn, the money man from down in Buffalo, Sam Payne, still holds on to strong. Now Jim Hunt dives to the inside. Cluster's on the outside as Armstrong with motor problems in car number 93. We remain clean and green, and Payne still out in front. And now, last night's feature winner, Jim Hunt, comes up to second, but we're going to bring the caution flag out. A trace of oil laid down by Harold Armstrong, the number 93 car from Lebanon. As he ducks into the pit area, we're going to send the Ruckmobile out there, do a little speedy drive. 2 laps are down, 6 laps remain, and right now it's a reversal from last night. Sam Payne setting the pace in car number 49. Gerald Payne looking strong. The battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Haynes looks to the inside of Cluster. Watch that race for the number 3 spot. While Payne's lead seems insurmountable. Danny Haynes now wants the inside of Cluster. There goes Ballinger. He wants that inside groove of Haynes. Going too wide off of turn number 2. The white flag coming out from Buffalo chauffeur Sam Payne with only 4 laps to go. Haynes now up to third, Cluster fourth, Ballinger fifth, Klaus is on the bubble, and here comes Anderson. But your leader comes to the high side of 4, the checker flag out for Sam Payne. Oh, as Klaus gets together. Have our 2 late model heats. Then you're going to be treated during intermission. A little more singing as the fine people from the old-time gospel singers on hand for about 10 minutes. They'll be singing for you, and here comes our fast dash qualifier. Lebanon's Tony Jackson leads them out in car number 56. Branson, Missouri's Randy Besser in 24. Lebanon chauffeur Carl Lawrence in 92. Your point leader from Kempington's car number 83 is Ben Newell. The feature winner from here last Saturday night from down in Gravois Mills, you know him as the Racing Reverend, car number 1, Jack Daniel. The third row on the inside, we'll find the Marshfield, Missouri chauffeur in car number 15, already with 2 feature wins under his belt, Mark Chance behind the wheel. And back at the rear, from down in Miller, Missouri, you know him as the Zero Hero, is charging Charlie Johnson. The Johnson's outside, hailing from Lebanon, Missouri, car number 65, Tim Jackson. We're going to run it through that quick drive to try to get it blowed off the high side. And for the late model stocks, last week a great race, had a lot of liquid dumped on the track, and it seems like every time they race, Tony Jackson in that 56 car from here in Lebanon. His outside last year's Rookie of the Year from Branson, Randy Besser. row 2, Jack Daniel in the big number 1 car. And last year, the late model stock NASCAR champion, Carl Lawrence in 92. The third row, 2-time winner this year, Marchand. To his outside, your current point leader, Ben Newell. Back at the rear, Charlie Johnson, Tim Jackson. Here they come, and we'll race time. And Jackson's Lumina dives to the inside. Here comes Spencer on the high side. The Reverend wants to go down low. As they go wheel to wheel through Calamity Corner. Tony Jackson now, power into the front end car, number 56. The late model stocks, wheel-to-wheel action at its finest. Besser and Daniel looking for running room. Now Chance tries to get his Lumina up to the race also. Your point leader, Ben Newell now. He dives to the inside as Carl Lawrence and Tim Jackson race for position. Tony Jackson looking strong in that Napa Auto Parts number 56 car. The Reverend fakes high. Now he wants that low side as they single file out once more Chance. Mark has established himself the last 3 weeks as one of the fastest cars in the stock division. Jackson, Daniel, Besser, Chance, Newell, Lawrence, and Jackson. Down the wild side, they head into turn 3. Lebanon's Tony Jackson still running strong as the Reverend continues to put on heavy pressure. Jack pulls on the back bumper of Jackson. Off turn 2. The Reverend right there with him. While your point leader, Ben Newell, still looks back in fifth. Down the front stretch now, we've got 5 laps down. And Tony Jackson holding off the challenges of the Preacher Machine from Gravois Mills. Here comes Chance to the inside of Besser. Side by side, the battle now for third. And the Marshfield, Missouri chauffeur wants to take up another spot, and here comes Jack. Jack to the inside. Jackson's on the outside. They touch just a little bit off of 2. Chance looking for running room on the high groove. The white flag coming out for the 6-car dash. Here they come. And Jackson leads the pack with only 1 more left to do. It's Jackson, Daniel, and Chance. Besser, Newell, Lawrence, and Tim Jackson. Will they single it or go wheel to wheel? Tony Jackson keeps it down to the low side. Jack wants that high side, but the flag that is Tony Jackson. Your attention. Would the old-time gospel singers please get ready to take your spots? As our first late model qualifier of the evening now rolls out. The stars of the cars of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series from the Mid-America region. As our Grand American Late Model qualifying, this will be a 10-lap event. 10 times around and up front. He was a former Grand American Modified champion coming to us from Benton, Missouri fans. Car number 99, your pole setter, Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is outside. Another former Rookie of the Year from down in Republic, Missouri, car 57, Roy Chisholm. The second row, he is 5th in the track point standing from down in Richland. You know him as the Bullet, car 25, Bob Webster. To his outside, from Bolivar, Missouri, driving 07, Mike Goldberry. It's Steve Holt, Steve Olson, Schroeder, James Kelly Jr., and Racing. And Jumpin' Joe Ross takes the early command in that 99 car as the Bullet now makes his way to the front as they start to single file it. Ross looking strong in that Chevrolet Lumina. Ross, Webster, and now Chisholm on the move. Goldberry and Holt. Goldberry off the gas, now back on the loud pedal. Off turn number 4. It's still Walsh in control as Webster's Monte Carlo starts to gain ground. Webster looks inside. Walsh holds that middle line. Down by the wild side. They headed over 110 miles an hour as Webster now starts to put on heavy pressure. Webster, Chisholm, Holt, Goldberry, and Swearinger as Kelly Jr. ducks into the pit area. They single file it. Off turn number 4 now. And Joe Walsh still in control. Webster makes a small bubble. Walsh now with a little more corner speed. And now Goldberry gets him on the high side. Off turn 4. It's still Walsh in control. Webster hanging on to that number 10 spot. the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of home out of Springfield. Now challenging Chisholm for third place as they come more halfway home. And it's still Joe Walsh looking good. Webster looks inside. Now does he want the outside line? Their nose to tail down by the wild side. In the Calamity corner. Down turn 4. It's still Walsh looking strong. Webster now dives to the low side as they battle it out between Allison and Goldsberry for that final bubble spot. Off turn 4, Joe Walsh holding on to a slim 2-car length lead. Walsh, Webster, Chisholm at home. The white flag will be coming out this time for Walsh and Webster, and they've only got 1 more lap to go, and there goes the bullet. Bob Webster out of that 45mm 25 car, trying to power on the inside of Walsh. Walsh holds him down low. Webster on the inside, Walsh on the outside. But as the flag said, it's Walsh with the victory. D 30 here at the I-44 Speedway, and here they come rolling out our second qualifier from Lebanon, Illinois. It's Coach Showalter leading about in car number 3. Springfield, Missouri's Archie Griffin rolls out the number 11 car. Paul Wallen from Rockwood in car number 13. Lebanon chauffeur Kenny Dickinson in car number 21. The Fairgrove Iceman in car number 7, Ricky Eisenhower. And your current track point leader in car number 75, racing out of Springfield, Missouri, Larry Phillips. Also starting back in the shotgun spot out of St. Louis, Missouri, car number 6 is Vinnie Throckmorton. Showalter and Griffin, Wallen and Eisenhower, Dickinson and Phillips. Throckmorton to start back in that shotgun spot as the lights go off around the high banks of the I-44 Speedway. Kurt Showalter, third-year driver here on the Ozarks Fast Track, with Archie Griffin, a 2-time finisher in the top 10 in the region. The second row, 2 former Rookie of the Years, Paul Wallen and Ricky Eisenhower. Your third row, Dickinson, Thunderbird, Throckmorton and Phillips. Here they come out. Wheel to wheel they go. Griffin now takes the early command, and here comes the Iceman. Eisenhower slides to the high side. Showalter wants that low side as they come roaring down the front straightaway. Griffin in control. Eisenhower's blowing it out. Wants to hold the line in that middle groove. While Griffin still sets the pace, it's Eisenhower and Wallen battling it out for second and third. Griffin's lead now starting to stretch, while Eisenhower, Wallen, and Dickinson continue their battle back for the second, third, and fourth place honors. Wallen looks to the inside of Eisenhower. The Monte Carlo, the little bit of the Thunderbird. Showalter right there with him. While Griffin, number 11, continues to set a blistering pace. It's still the battle for the number 2 spot. Wallen wants the inside. Ice wants the outside as they single file it down by the wild side. It's still Griffin as we're halfway home, and now watch the race for second spot. Wallen's got the inside. The Iceman hanging on the high side, and here comes Dickinson Thunderbird. While Griffin's moving all by himself out in front now. Loaded chauffeur Kenny Dickinson starting to let the RPMs unwind. Wallen's Monte Carlo hanging on. Dickinson right there with him. Eisenhower, after running second much of the race, now drops back to the number 4 spot. Down the front. Oh, Eisenhower gets her sideways. As the yellow flag comes out, we've got 6 laps down. 4 laps remain. And Archie Griffin, who had that big lead in car number 11, will now find Paul Wallen glued to his back bumper, and the Lebanon chauffeur, Kenny Dickinson, looking in the shadows back in third spot. Showalter fourth, Throckmorton running fifth. The Iceman now goes to sixth as the lights will be shutting off. Griffin, by radio communication, as many of these Grand American late model drivers have, a two-way radio hooked up to their crew chief, sitting right over there in that number 4 turn. Will tell their drivers kind of what's going on. Griffin through Calamity Corner now. Will set the pace. Wallen's ready to go racing. Here they come, and we're racing. As they say, clean and green. It's still Griffin in control. Here comes Wallen back to the number 13 car. As they come down for lap 7, it's still Griffin out in front. Wallen now a little faster in the corners this evening. Dickinson applying pressure for that number 2 spot. But it's Griffin. Now Wallen's Monte Carlo right on his back bumper as they come rolling down the front straightaway. Wallen wants that inside. Archie drifts to the high side. It's a 3-car battle. The white flag coming out for Griffin as they touch hard in turn 4. Griffin back on it. We've only got 1 more left to go. Griffin maintaining the spot. Here comes Dickinson Ford. By the wild side, they hit the Calamity Corner now. Griffin's got the high groove. Keeley shoots down low. And at the flag test, it's Griffin by a car length.
We're having a good time, and we want you to all have. You want to sing these old songs with us? Join right in. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let my little light shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let my little light shine. Walking down the street, I'm gonna let it shine. Walking down the street, I'm gonna let it shine. Walking down the street, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let my little light shine. Well, there's a deep silent river we will one day cross, and we'll cross over the waters wide. They'll carry us away where we do not reach, to our homes on the other side. There's a light at the river, light at the river. There's a light at the river I can see. My Lord will stand and hold to his hand, the light at the river for me. Many precious ones have gathered safely before the throne, and dipped their wings in the misty tide. They'll carry us away where we do not weep, to our homes on the other side. There's a light at the river, saw the light. I saw the light. I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. What's like a blind man wandering along, where vision fears I claim for my own? Then like a blind man, God gives back his sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light. I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. What a fool to wander and stray. Straight is the gate and narrow's the way. But I have traded, gone for the ride. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light. I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. This next one we're going to sing. Everybody help us. About everybody knows the course of this song. I put the words to it. I couldn't find the book to it, but you will know the chorus. Sing, sing, sing. Well, everybody sing with us. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna let those hallelujahs ring. I'm gonna praise my blessed Savior's name. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I know my Savior 'cause he saved my soul. I know my Savior 'cause he made me whole. I'm gonna shout and sing up there. I'm gonna sing on Hallelujah Square. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna let those hallelujahs ring. I'm gonna praise my blessed Savior's name. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I talked to Jesus about going up there. He said, you make it with a lot of prayer. Thank you, Lord, for saving my soul. When I get to glory, I'm gonna let it roll. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna let those hallelujahs ring. I'm gonna praise my blessed Savior's name. When I get to glory, I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. Thank you, Jesus, for taking me there. I saw angels everywhere. I saw Dad and Mama too. Thank you, Lord, for taking me through. We want to thank you. We want to thank Bill Willard and NESCAR for having the old-time gospel singers here. We've had a good time, and hope you all have too. So thank you all.
Johnson Service Center Summer Shootout. Defending race champion, Larry Phillips out of Springfield. Oh, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first of our 4 features. Not only are they racing for valuable prize money and points, but a free steak dinner compliments of Ash LeMay Steak and Barbecue as Miss Mandy Caswell, along with former Speedway Queen Stephanie Pang, take that Lechlead Auto Sales Ford Thunderbird pace car. 30 years of service here in the Lechlead County area for our first of 4 features as the Super Stalkers make their way out of the pit area. Steve Shaw will be your pole setter in car 19. Dan Newell in the 83 car. Row number 2, Francis Hobbs in 45, Bruce Madsen in 97. The third row will find Lebanon chauffeur Chris Nichols in car number 10. To his outside, Jerry Wall in 27. The fourth row, the winner of our Fast Dash Heat race this evening, car number 18 is Jody Whitener. To Whitener's outside from Fair Play in car 94, Johnny Gates. The fifth row out of Springfield will find Scott Phillips in car number 30. And his outside in the number 23 car, Ron Boyd. The fourth row will find Ron Myers in car 84. To his outside, charging Charlie Johnson in car number 1. The seventh row will find our track point leader and the feature winner last night here in this Firecracker 20, the double donut car of Robbie Johnson. To his outside from House Springs, Missouri, car 65, Steve Edgecombe. The next row, last year's Rookie of the Year, Jim Cates in 91, and Lebanon's Brian Brown in 2. Janice Cunningham in 80, Frankie Weiss in car 11, Dave Gilmore in the number 3 machine. As that Lechlead Auto Sales pace car, the lights go off this next time around. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going nose to tail. They put on quite a show here each and every Saturday night as we finish our field. Lester Freeby in the 01, Andy Jenkins at 59. Starting back toward the rear, he's going for 3 consecutive Super Stock wins, the Red Dog 42 of Joey Oxford. Darrell Butcher will also start to the rear at 33. Hang on to your Coke, hang on to your neighbor, because this is going to get wild and woolly. The Firecracker 20 for our Super Stock division. Did you correctly guess it for 10 Big Mac? Steve Shaw sets the pace. Here they come on with Racing. They're trying it 3 wide right off the bat. It's Shaw taking the early control. Watch Scott Phillips and Ron Myers Whitener. They work their way 3 wide. Now 4 wide in Calamity Corner. Coming down for that important first lap. It's Shaw to set up blistering pace. Now Chris Nichols is on the move. Chris Nichols looking for his first ever Super Stock win here at the I-44 Speedway. 2 years ago, the Bomb Squad champion. Ron Myers making his charge as Nichols looks to the inside of Shaw. Shaw hangs on by 1 car length as we've got 2 laps down. Your point leader, Robbie Johnson. Oh, Dan Newell trying to hang on and getting up close and personal with the wild side. A top break for young Dan Newell from down in Camden, Missouri. I told you the fireworks was going to start early here this evening. As they'll single them out, we'll find Shaw, your pace setter in car 19. Nichols is holding on to the number 2. And the fine people from the Keebler Corporation viewing the race in action with us here based out of Springfield, Missouri this evening. Lights go off now 1 more time. Here we go. Shaw back and forth as they look down to that number 1 turn. Everybody getting nose to tail. These cars run a 2-barrel carburetor with a restrictor plate underneath the hood. And track position is all so important to them. Watch that 65 car, Steve Edgecombe. He likes to race before big crowds. We got a dandy here tonight on the Firecracker 20. They're gearing up. Shaw goes through the gears. Nichols on his bumper, and we're racing. Nichols now dives to the inside, as does Ron Meyer. The boys from hometown Lebanon want to win before the family here tonight on the 4th of July. They're side by side now. Nichols has got that low groove. Ron Boyd's charging hard now in car number 23 as Nichols and Shaw in a dead even heat. Now your point leader, Robbie Johnson. He dives to the inside of racing Ron Boyd while Charlie makes his charge. And here comes Oxford from deep in the pack. Nichols and Shaw continue to go wheel to wheel. Off turn 4, Ron Myers has come out now, making his charge in car 84. Ron Myers, who is tied for second in the track point standings with Charlie Johnson, now trying to take over that number 2 position from Shaw. They're now Newell back out there as they'll get ready to hit through lap traffic. It's Nichols to the front as Jody Whitener just about collects the wall. Myers to the inside, there goes Shaw. He's getting way up in the marble areas. Does a great job of bringing the car under control. It's Nichols, Myers, now watch Jody Whitener. Whitener and Shaw getting together hard off turn 4, and Shaw takes a wild ride on the front stretch. Yeah, it's going to get so much of it, as does a good sponsor. Nichols now, nice and easy. He's only got 15 laps away from recording his first ever feature win here at the I-44 Speedway. Brings him in nice and easy. Myers' Camaro. This is the car that won the track championship last year with Troy Constable behind the wheel. And Jody Whitener has been on the charging car number 18. The Johnson clan's 4th and 5th. Here they come, and we're racing. Whitener and your point leader, Robbie Johnson, now going to battle as Myers wants that high groove. Oxford now, the man that's been the hottest driver for the last 3 weeks in 42, makes his charge now up to the top 10. As they dice their way around, Nichols shuts the door on Myers once again. Nose to tail, they run down by the wild side. In the Calamity corner, Chris Nichols looking strong after winning. It looking so good in his first qualifier tonight. Myers, his running buddy, right on his bumper. And now Oxford and Edgecombe on the charge. Here comes Myers. Now your point leader, Robbie Johnson, starting to make his move. Robbie Johnson, who started back in the 7th row, dives to the inside. They wheel to wheel now, while Nichols still holds on. Nichols, Myers, Johnson and Johnson going at it hot and heavy. Young Ron dives to the inside, and here comes Edgecombe. Will we remain clean and green? Down the front stretch they come with Ron Myers now setting the pace. Nichols getting on the high groove as he goes from 1st down to 4th, and here comes Edgecombe. Edgecombe, the English gentleman, has broken up to the number 5 spot and is without a doubt the fastest car on the track. We're halfway home. Myers, and there goes Sergeant Charlie. Charlie, who will get into the late model stock for a little bit later on, trying to capture tonight Firecracker 20. As all the 01 car freebie heads to the pit area. Down on the inside, it's Johnson and Johnson, wheel to wheel, while Boyce and Oxford continue their battle. Lap traffic now, ahead of your race leader, Ron Myers, and Ron Boyce getting a slide off turn number 2. Ron Boyce getting up there in what we call no man's land. Are still on that lead lap. He's going to go ahead and go toward the rear of the field. Dave, who looks so strong, won a couple of bomber features with us. Here we go, 11 down, 9 remain. Myers has got his hands full. Here they come. Nichols gets that inside jump on Charlie, and No, 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 no. Whoops. Oh, hang on, Bruce. Nichols, who has been finishing in the top 5 consistently the last month solid, holds on to 4th. Former champion Sergeant Charlie Johnson lurks in the shadows in 3rd. Ahead of him is your track point leader, who started tonight in the lucky 13 spot, Robbie Johnson. And Ron Myers is the man that's going to bring them all the way around the asphalt action track. Here they come. Myers going through the gears, and Leo says, we're racing. Now Robbie dives to the inside. Myers is right there with it. Charlie looks on the outside, and here comes Edgecombe. Through Calamity Corner, you see Myers wants the middle lane. Robbie wants the low side, and here comes Charlie as Edgecombe now moves up to 4th. Edgecombe and Nichols. Now Oxford is on the moving car 42. Joey Oxford moves up to the number 5 spot as him and the English gentleman start to gain a little more ground. Robbie dives to the inside. Myers and Camaro hanging on as they exchange sheet metal. Wheel to wheel down in turn 1. It's Myers on the high side. Here comes Charlie on the outside lane. Myers surrounded by an orange crush sandwich, and Oxford is on the move. Joey Oxford, while they try it 3 wide, has slipped by Edgecombe, and the Red Dog now putting the bite in his mark up to 4th. Myers now pulls away as Charlie takes over the runner-up spot from Robbie Johnson's double donut car. Through Calamity Corner, they're getting the 5-lap warning. Charlie wants the outside. Myers on the inside as we got 15 down, 5 to go. Charlie now once again tries that outside groove. Myers has come out down to the low side. Now Robbie gonna follow Georgia Charlie through that high lane. Oxford, is there enough time for 3 in a row? Charlie getting up in the gray area as Myers now pulls him by 1 full car length. Charlie's gonna dive to the inside. The veteran versus the Yankee. Wheel to wheel. They go down by the wild side. Off Calamity Corner. Charlie's got the low groove. Myers on the high side. Will the youngster make a mistake? Because here comes Robbie. 17-3 to go. And there goes Francis Hogg. Francis Hobbs, evidently the axle braking on the 45 car. Woo! It's amounted to a trophy dash. Myers, Johnson and Johnson, Oxford and Edgecombe. Do you have enough to go these final 3? Are the tires getting worn out? Remember, that 2-barrel takes about 2 laps to kick in. Here they come. Awesome run from Lebanon. Puts the Camaro through the pace. And we're racing. Meyer still on the inside. Here comes Charlie on the outside. They're side by side by the wild side. Meyer's trying to keep that nose down low. Charlie wants that outside groove. Here they come. Wheel to wheel for lap 18. And it's still Myers by a car length. And here comes Oxford. Joey Oxford. There goes your point leader, Robbie Johnson. Side by side. They're going down the back straightaway. The white flag is coming out for Myers, the Johnson team at Oxford. And they've only got 1 more lap to go. Oxford eyes to the inside of Robbie. Robbie and Charlie racing each other while they go to battle. Myers tries that low groove. Oxford trying to take over 3rd spot from Johnson's double donut. Here they come. The dash is the finish. Charlie's on the outside, but at the flag tip, it's Ron Myers. Number 84, Camaro, put your hands together for Ron Myers. Let me ask you something. Look at all that crowd up there. Did you get an education out of that race?
Yeah, I did. That #1 car's right behind me.
Now, did you see who was on the inside of you?
Robbie.
Did you know that the red dog was coming up fast?
I seen him back there into that yellow.
Great run. I don't know how you was able to do it. You guys, a great clean race, first of all. Wheel to wheel, you had the low group, Charlie won it high. We talked about 2 and 3 lanes racing. You guys do a great job every week.
Thanks a lot. It's a lot of fun out here. First of all, I'd like to thank Joe Benner up at Northside Machine Shop. He was put in the hospital last week. I didn't know about it till tonight. He built my engines from the very beginning. I want to thank Reggie Jackson's Used Cars and all my pit crew down there. I want to thank Fisher Studios. They've been with me for a couple of years. And Brent Piercy and Travis Roberts and Monty Hayes for letting me use the shop, and my mom and my sister.
Talk about family. It takes all those people to get one of these cars out here. Let's talk about Ron Myers. What kind of goals did you set for 1995?
I like to try to get that championship if I can.
Big jump going into this car. You got a real good car. Car that won the track title last year with Troy Constable. Did you do much changing to the car when you got it?
We freshened the motor up and just tuned the car up pretty good, suspension-wise and stuff like that.
I got a steak dinner for you from Ashley Mays. That was a well-earned victory, young man.
All right, thanks a lot, Ronnie.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Firecracker 20 winner from here in Lebanon, the driver of car number 84. His buddies call him Awesome Ron from Lebanon. Hang on to your coats because now it's time to roll out a little bit of local thunder and lightning for the Firecracker 20 for Grand American Modifieds. Led out by 30 years of service. Luckily Auto Sales here in Lebanon, Missouri. Providing our pace car again for the 4th consecutive year. And here's your starting grid for tonight's 20-lap feature. Terry Taylor will set the pace for the race in car 66. To his outside, the gentleman from down in Crocker, Missouri, Jim Hayes in 14. The second row, racing out of Springfield, Missouri, Steve Mahana in car 93. To his outside, from Little Charlotte, Missouri, that's known as Fairgrove, the defending modified champion, David Bates in 91. Your third row, the 2-time former driver of the year out of Rogersville, Doug Ansby in car number 2. To his outside, the High Ridge Roadrunner, Donnie Jumper in car 75. The fourth row, only 19 years old, and he won the feature last night at Bolivar Speedway from Joplin Bowl, car 02, Jamie McMurray. To McMurray's outside, he is second in the track point standing from Fair Grove in car number 10, Dale Roper. And starting at the rear, in car number 21, he is currently your modified point leader from Camdenton, Brian Marler. Kim McCowan, Walter Dole, Danny Haynes, and Brian Kapika round out our field. Evan Crocker, you have an emergency phone call. Evan Crocker, you have an emergency phone call by the judges booth. This will be 20 times around. Terry Taylor, who looked so strong last night at Speedway USA, will set the pace for the race. Hayes, who won his qualified on the outside, and race time. They're side by side now, Taylor and Hayes. Keep your eyes on Jumper, Asby, Banks, Marler along with Roper. Wheel to wheel now. Steve Mahana makes a hard charge. Doug Asby makes his move as it's a dead even heat. Oh, Mahana and Asby get together hard up at turn number 2. And there goes Tim McCowan up also. Dale Roper caught in a sandwich down there at turn number 1. As is your point leader, Brian Marler. Marler backing up, taking Roper's number 10 with him, and the bumpers are hooked. Looks like we might have got one lap in. Donnie Jumper setting high centered up there in turn number 1. And Kim McCowan, who got airborne, the Buffalo, Missouri chauffeur. As Doug Asby ducks into the pit area. Doug Asby out of Rogersville, Missouri, take action. And Jim Hayes, a gentleman out of Crocker, as Walter Dole makes it back out now in car number 25. He'll rejoin the rear of the pack also. Hayes right there in the shadows. Steve Mahana, the man originally from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, now living in Springfield, Missouri, has been turning the heads in that 93 car. And the 19-year-old is holding on the fourth. Here they come, gearing up on the start, and we're racing. Oh, McMurray and Mahana getting together hard. Hayes wants the inside. Taylor shuts the door as they're rocking by the wild side. Mahana now dives to the inside. Hayes shuts the door as Mahana and McMurray go to battle. Terry Taylor still out in front, while your 2-point leaders, Roper and Barter, still back in the back, and here comes Asby. Asby now starting to make his charge, while the postman dives to the inside of Danny Hayes. It's still Taylor out in front. McMurray wants the outside. Hayes has got the inside, as Terry Taylor still takes control. Off turn 4 now. McMurray going to the outside. Hayes wants the inside of Taylor. Taylor trying to hang on to that middle lane. Smoke in the right rear. Watch McMurray and Hayes as they rock it by the wild side. And now Roper trying to methodically work his way to the front. And McMurray dives to that inside groove. McMurray low. Taylor up high. And now Hayes is going to follow Taylor through on the inside groove. Taylor now on the outside lane. Meanwhile, Dale Roper is on the charge in car number 10. Roper trying to make the move on Mahana. One of the defending track champion, David Bates, now starts to go back toward the back. Up front, it's all Jamie McMurray trying for a clean sweep weekend at 0-2 as Hayes now hangs on to second. Taylor, Mahana, Roper, while Marler still in the number 21 car, trying to keep sight to the postman. Roper wants the inside of Mahana as they come down the front straightaway. We've got 8 down, 12 to go. Asby now dives to the inside of Marler. Side by side they race as McMurray now starts to pull away. McMurray all by himself out in front. Hayes holds on to the number 2 spot, while the battle now goes on for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Mahana on the high groove. Here comes Roper on the inside as Kapika goes to the pit area. Mahana and Roper continue to go at it wheel to wheel. Will Marler follow his nemesis in the point battle through the pack? Up front, McMurray now puts a lap on Walter Dole's 25. Down the front stretch, Marler with the point title on his mind, tries to keep Roper well in his sight. McMurray's lead has stretched out to almost half a straightaway, as Hayes still holds on to second. Taylor a very strong third. Roper now 4th, Marler 5th, and what a charge by Doug Asby. Asby, who is back at the rear, is following Marler through this traffic. Down the front stretch, we've got 13 in. 13 down, 7 to go. Hayes hangs on to second, and there goes Dale on the inside of Taylor. The battle now for 3rd as Roper uses that inside. Marler wants that inside line also, with the point still on his mind. McMurray all by himself. Hayes, a very strong second, as the postman now still hangs on to 3rd. The battle for 2nd now, as Hayes and Roper, 2 veteran drivers, continue to go at it hot and heavy. Marler now trying to set Roper up for the pass, while Asby and Taylor continue their race back in the pack. Jim Hayes now has Dale Roper through to his back bumper, while McMurray is long gone in 0-2. Marler wants the inside. Roper trying Hayes on the outside as they head down with only 3 to go. Hayes and Roper side by side. Marler's trying the inside of Dale. 2, 3, and 4 spots. Hayes and Roper still going at it, trying to 3 wide. Carter backs off the throttle. Hayes still on that inside as the white flag comes out for Doppler Jamie McMurray. Only 1 more left to go. Hayes and Roper will the point lead change after tonight's action. Carter's going to try it 3 wide. Dale's got the outside. Hayes has got the inside. Powering down by the wild side. Meanwhile up front, it's McMurray with the win. Here comes the race for the number 2 spot. And at the flag stand, it's Roper, Hayes, Muller, Asby, and Taylor. Tonight's modified feature winner, the 02 machine of Jamie McMurray. You're making this look too easy, kid.
I just happened to get out front early enough that time, and I think Dale would have been right with us if he'd been right behind me. He'd have ran right behind us, I think.
This 2-barrel deal has been a great deal for these modifieds. It's really gotten everybody tight, puts a lot of the driver ability back in the race car.
Yeah, if you get a little loose or your car doesn't handle very well with the steel, it's hard to be fast with it. So you really got to make your car work and just be smooth with it.
We talked about it, Bolivar, last night. It started 19th out of about a 20-car field, worked your way. You said you got lucky there. Did you feel you got lucky tonight, or was she your night?
Well, I think I got lucky getting out of 1 wreck, but the car was working good tonight, and I just stayed out of trouble.
Let me ask you, I know you're only 19, you just graduated from high school last year. What are you doing right now for a living?
I'm running a detail shop. Me and a friend in Oklahoma, where I'm living at now, we opened up a detail shop, so I'm spending my spare time.
Let's talk about the sponsors that get you here.
Yeah, I forgot to thank Performance Corner last night, so I'd like to thank them, and KD Canopy, PMI Racing Engines, Schoenfeld Headers, TCI Transmissions, my mom and my dad, and everybody else.
Got a steak dinner for you from National Maze. How's that?
That sounds great. We're going to take the whole family, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Firecracker 20 winner for the Great American Modifieds out on Joplin. Put your hands together for car number 2, Jamie McMurray. And the 50-50 booths are now closed. We'll set the pace for the race in 15. Danny Haynes in car number 33. The second row will find Buffalo, Missouri, Sam Payne in 49, and Bolivar chauffeur Cherry Ballinger in 40. The third row will find car number 25, Jim Hunt, behind the wheel, and Dave Anderson in car number 4. The fourth row, the Fast Dash winner here this evening, car number 56, Tony Jackson. Scheduled to head outside, car number 24, Randy Messer. The next row, in car number 92, so far winless this season from Lebanon, is Carl Lawrence. And his outside, the 2-time winner already this season, out of Marshville, Missouri, car 54, Mark Chant. The next row, we'll find from down in Miller, Missouri, the 0 hero, Sergeant Charlie Johnson. To his outside, he goes into tonight's action in the point lead in the late model stock division here at Lebanon. From Kempton, car number 83, Ben Newell. The next row, from out of St. James, Missouri, we'll find former Bomb Squad winner and Superstock winner, car number 42, Tommy Klaus. So Klaus is outside. He used to run the Winston West Racing Series, originally from Joplin, Missouri, driving car number 28, Bob Johnson Sr. And the guys with a long ways to go at the back. He is second at the I-44 Speedway in the point standing. By virtue of his win here last Saturday night, he starts tonight in shotgun. You know him as the racing reverend from Grand Boys Mills, car number 1, Jack Daniel. And to his inside, hailing from Lebanon, Missouri, driving car number 65, Tim Jackson. 30 years of service, oh, here we go. Mandy and Stephanie will take that beautiful 89 model Ford Thunderbird back into the pit area. And Gary Kloster, who's been looking all so strong, having quite a few little problems in 15, looking to redeem tonight. A good run last night at Bolivar as the lights go off. Remember, this is a 25-lap feature, and immediately following our interview, we'll be giving you our 50-50 1A number. Kloster and Danny Haynes. Haynes fresh off that modified running car 7. Here we go. The pace quickens, and we race. They're going to try 3 wider, are they? Nose to tail, bumper to bumper, and it's going to be Payne Thunderbird going to the front. The money man out of Buffalo, Sam Payne, likes those big crowds and those big dollars as he sets the pace for lap number 1. Payne, closer. Now watch Jerry Ballinger. Ballinger getting way up in the marbles, and here comes Jim Hunt. Hunt, last night's feature winner of Bolivar, the rookie chauffeur in that Lumina, makes the charge up to 3rd place. Dave Anderson tries the inside of that Verana, holding on to the number 6 spot, while Mark Chance is weaving his way through the pack. Keep your eyes on Jack Daniels, still back there at the rear, as they come roaring down the front straightaway. It's still Payne in control. Ballinger and Haynes continue their battle. Chance and Anderson going at it down by the wild side, while Payne and Kloster appear at the rear. Hang on, everybody, getting a little bit loose in turn 4. A little bit of brake check there as they had to get off the throttle, back on the gas. Now, Payne's lead starts to stretch out, but Jim Hunt is on the move. Ballinger wants to go with him on that inside, and here comes Chance. Mark Chance is on the move. That Chevrolet Lumina from down in Marshville, Missouri. While Payne's lead has stretched out. Ballinger now challenging Hunt one more time for position. A tight battle going on back in the pack as they jockey. Now Chance to the inside of Ballinger. A 2-time winner. Will it be 3 this year for Mark Chance as he roars now up to 3rd place. Hanging on to the number 5 spot, making a great run tonight in his rookie season in the stock division. But it's all Sam Payne, looking strong at that 49. Now Chance dives to the inside. Chance and Hunt, side by side. Jim Hunt takes the wild ride on that wild side, while the fast dash guys back there in the back, but Chance has broken free. 9 down. 16 to go. Chance and Hunt going at it wheel to wheel, while your point leader Ben Newell still launched back in the middle. Chance and Hunt now as they continue their race hard. The Payne's lead starts to go by the wayside. Mark Chance now sets his sights on Sam Payne's Ford as they come off turn 4. Chance making his move to the front of the pack. There goes Chance on the inside. Payne lets it hang on the outside, while Jackson, Newell, Johnson, Daniel, and Messer continue to battle. Here comes Chance on that inside. Down the front stretch they roar as the money man now as a 2-time winner. Chance down low. Payne to the high side. Ballinger now trying to hunt for 3rd spot. Through Calamity Corner, they go wheel to wheel. Mark Chance coming now to the front of the pack of that Lumina. Chance wants that low move. Here comes Payne back at him. The Buffalo veteran chauffeur Sam Payne blocks back into the number 2 spot. As now Jim Hunt, whoa, watch out, over at turn 4 as Kloster hits the wall hard. Number 4, retaining wall, and guess what? He's moving around. He is now getting out of the car. We understand, fans. The driver of car number 15, Jerry Kloster. A hard ride for Kloster there. Tony Jackson and Charlie Johnson, Messer, and Jack Daniel having quite a battle back there in the middle of that pack. Nice and easy. You'll see him go nose to tail. Chance, who went into tonight's action, ranked, I believe, into the top 5 of the point standing, trying to pick up a few more valuable points as your point leaders having their share of problems. Here they come, gearing up for the start of this remainder of the feature, and race time. Danny Haynes pulls to the high side, just trying to get some windshield time as Chance virtually pulls away in car 54. Down the front stretch now. Watch Charlie Johnson and Tony Jackson continue the battle for the number 6 spot. The Hero goes to the inside of our fast dash winner as they continue to go side by side for 6. But up front, it's still Mark Chance all by himself. Jack Daniel, here comes Payne. Sam Payne, the tires now possibly coming up to temperature in that number 49 car. He starts to gain some ground. Charlie way up in the high groove as he starts to drop back in the middle. We remain clean and green. It's still Chance and Payne. Down into Calamity Corner. Payne now gathering the momentum as they come down for lap 17. Chance's lead is down to 3 car lengths. Payne's got the rhythm in car 49, using that high groove. Has Chance used the tires on the right side? We're going to find out as it's now only 7 remaining. Payne wants the high groove. Now Anderson and Ballinger fighting it out for the number 4 spot as Ballinger drops back to 5th. Off turn 4, it's still Chance in control. Payne looking in the shadows in car number 49. Payne with a little bit more power in the corners. Chance getting him on the straightaway in. Off turn 4, Chance now only 5 laps for victory lane as Payne is on the move. They start to single it out here tonight. The Firecracker 25 for our late model stock. And Chance now with a little bit stronger on that straightaway. Everybody now singling it out. As Chance now starts to pull away from Payne's car. More Chance now letting it cool down for a few laps. Starts his assault to the front of the pack one more time. Down the backstretch they had, and now Messer and Johnson, Carl Lawrence going off the pace in car number 92. The white flag will be coming out this time around as Johnson and Messer continue the battle for position from Mark Chance, and he's only got 1 more lap to go. Chance now with about a 4-car length lead. Jack Daniel is on the move. The Reverend has worked his way around Ballinger, trying to get a top 5. And down the front stretch, it's Chance with the victory. Car number 54, Mark Chance. Look like it's tough out there.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You're tired on a nice night like this? Didn't even break a sweat, did you?
Not too bad. It's pretty cool outside.
You guys started in the middle of the pack, and I'll tell you what, they were fast from the very get-go, and Jim Hunt and Payne were going to set you guys a fast pace, weren't they?
Yeah, I was beginning to wonder for a while. I thought, boy, I'm in trouble.
You can relate, of course, Gary Klausner had his share of problems, but we talk about rhythm and drivers getting a rhythm. You had your rhythm right there before that yellow. Without a doubt, you were not missing a beat.
No, you got to keep your rhythm. You got to go in the corners the same every time and stay in a line. You don't, you'll get past.
Let's talk about, first of all, what does Mark Chance do for an actual living besides race cars?
Well, I work at Tyler Coupling in Marshville, and I work around the house a lot. I just got married back in January. I'd like to say hi to my wife and kids. I love you. Glad you come support me.
First of all, now, finally, before you go to the Tech Barn, tell us about your sponsors.
we've got Douglas Realty. If you need any real estate sold, they'll do you a wonderful job. They're good people. We've got Cons One Stop. You're up here just as you're going out the highway, 5 highway. You need gas, go by there. Or you need something to snack on. Ashley May's one of the best places to eat in Lebanon.
I got a steak dinner for you. Do you really think you need it?
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's late model stocks feature winner, hailing originally from Marshfield, Missouri. Put your hands together for car number 54, Mark Chan. $354. Tonight's winning 50-50 number. If you have this NASCAR Woodstock Racing Series, here comes our Grand American Late Model. From 30 times around, the stars and cars of the Pacific Coast region of the NASCAR Western Racing Series getting set to go. Track points, along with very valuable regional points on the battle. Don't forget the late models are here each and every Saturday night at the I-44 Speedway. And here's tonight's starting grid for our Firecracker 30 on the pole position from out of Fenton, Missouri, driving the number 99 car, Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is outside, racing out of Republic, Missouri, car number 57, Roy Chisholm. The second row on the inside. He comes to us from Richland, Missouri. Car number 25, Bob Webster. His outside from Bolivar, Missouri. Driving the 07 machine, Mike Goldsberry. The third row out of Springfield, Missouri. In car number 35, Steve Holt. To Holt's outside, racing out of Springfield, Missouri. In car number 14, Tim Swearingen. The next row on the inside, from Lebanon, Illinois, driving car number 3, Kurt Showalter. To his outside, out of Springfield, Missouri, holding car number 11, Archie Griffin. The fifth row on the inside, from Lockwood, Missouri, driving the number 13 machine, Paul Rowland. To his outside, from Fairgrove, Missouri, we know him as the Iceman, Ricky Eisenhower. The sixth row, he is now second in the track point standings, from Lebanon, Missouri, driving the 21 car, Kenny Dickinson. To his outside, from Springfield, Missouri, the three-time NASCAR Winston champion, car 75, Larry Phillips. And starting at the rear, from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, in car number 23, Steve Allison. And to his outside, one of the hardest working groups you'll find anywhere, from Walnut Grove, Missouri, car 30, Chase Kelly Jr. One more time, the stars and the cars of the NASCAR Western Racing Series getting set to go. Fans, what do you think? Can Larry make it a clean sweep this weekend? How many of you think one of these fine drivers has got a shot at beating him tonight? How about Bob Webster in that 25 car? How about Joe Walsh, our pace setter in 99? Archie Griffin in the number 11 car. How about the Iceman? What about second in your point standings? Lebanon's Kenny Dickinson. Well, hang on. We're going to find out as the lights now go on. Joe Walsh from Fenton, Missouri, looked also strong in his qualifying heat race this evening. This will be a 30th lap main event. Track, regional, points accumulated. Here they come. 2,700 pounds of man of machinery plus. Give it up and we're racing. And Walsh jumps out to the lead, and here comes the bullet. Well, now Goldsberry looks back up to the number 3 spot. Keep your eyes on Steve Holt. He's been running all so strong. leads lap number 1. Webster runs the inside. Walsh getting way up wide on the wild side. That's Webster now, looking for his second victory this year. Goldsberry trying for victory number 1 as they come down for lap number 2. It's still Walsh in control. Eisenhower and Griffin have got Phillips clear behind him. Lurie makes him into the inside of Ochi. Off turn 4, jumping Joe Walsh, still in control of that non-card power plant. Webster now right there in the number 2 spot as Goldsberry driving a smart race to that Monte Carlo. Griffin takes a wild ride on the wild side as they roar down the front straightaway. It's still Walsh in control. Wheel to race at over 110 miles an hour plus. Walsh now, and Steve Holt's on the move. Steve Holt, the second generation driver out of Springfield, coming on strong. Phillips in the Iceman as Roy Chisholm with problems at 57 starts to slide to the back. Up front, it's a four-car train as the Bullet once again tries the 20-year-old as Dickinson's off the pace. Kenny Dickinson falling off the pace in car 21. He's out of the action, and there comes John O'Neill. Walsh still in control. Webster and Goldsberry continue their battle hard for second and third. As they single file now, your point leader Phillips looks to the inside of Steve Holt as they race for the number 4 spot. Phillips on the charge. Holt looks to the inside. They roar down by the wild side. It's still Walsh, but now the Monte Carlo of Bob Webster and Mike Goldsberry coming on strong. Phillips wants the long route. Goldsberry looks to the inside of Webster. Going now, coming upon the lap car of O'Neill. Phillips and Goldsberry side by side as the LP goes up to third. Young Joe Walsh, could this be the upset tonight? Webster hangs on to that number 2 spot, while Phillips now looks to the inside of Webster's Monte Carlo. Phillips down low. Webster's got that middle line strong as O'Neill pulls way down on the inside. Coming off turn 4, Phillips fakes to the high side. Webster still in control. Joe Walsh now starting to pull away from Webster and Phillips. Goldsberry back in the hunt now in that 07 car. The top 5 still staying tight as Walsh heads down for lap 13. Phillips wants the inside. Webster shuts the door. Will this be the night? Joe Walsh gets his first ever late model feature win. Webster and Phillips staging a war for the number 2 and 3 spot. Goldsberry Ford Hope hangs on to 5th. Rounding turn 4, young Joe Walsh still in control as we're halfway home. 15 down, 15 to go. Webster and Phillips continue their torrid battle. Walsh, who started on the pole, showing the fast way tonight in that Chevrolet Lebanon, while the war has been waged. Webster and Phillips continuing to go right up for second and third. Larry looks to the inside, down in Calamity Corner. They're side by side. The race with the number 4 spot. Got that McCann turning Monte Carlo. Oh, and Roy Chisholm laying down a little bit of smoke in 57. A tough break for Holt. As we go back to the last full lap completed, we've got 20 laps down. 10 laps remain. And what do you think? Can Joe Walsh hold off the challenges of Larry Phillips tonight? Webster back in that 3rd spot, Goldsberry 4th. Eisenhower now running 5th. As the scorers will check the lineup over, Walsh looking for his first ever late model feature win. Here, and this track has been known to get a lot of new winners on the 4th of July weekend. Right on his bumper, the current track point leader Phillips, as Webster's right there in 3rd, Goldsberry 4th. The lights now shut off. It's the youngster versus the veteran. Kenny Schroeder has been working with young Joe Walsh, giving him tips over the phone as his dad Pat kept the Schroeder's cars up for many years in the St. Louis area. Here they come. Walsh brings them through and restart. Oh, they touch off turn 2. Webster and Goldsberry start to make their charge now. Wallen along with Griffin and Eisenhower fighting it all out for possession, and Phillips is now smoking. Larry Phillips smoking. It might be that right rear tire in car number 75. Walsh trying to apply pressure. Phillips starting to let up a little bit, and here comes Walsh. Is the drain motor about ready to go? Phillips trying to hold on tonight. Walsh right there with him. Here he comes. Walsh is going to that inside line, right behind Phillips. Walsh looks to the inside. They're side by side as they touch down the back straightaway. In the Calamity corner now. Walsh gets a run at Phillips once more as he lays a heavy cup of oil down in front of Walsh's windshield. Phillips trying to hold on. Walsh still giving it his all. We're heading for the 5-lap warning. Walsh wants that inside one more time as it looks like Phillips is might be running on 7 cylinders. Walsh now low on turn 2. They touch down the Calamity corner. Walsh down to the low side. Phillips now goes up to 2nd as they come down the front straightaway with Walsh in control. Goldsberry, Wallen, Webster all getting together as the Iceman makes his move. On turn 4, it's Joe Walsh all by himself now in 99. Phillips trying to ride this one out as Paul Wallen has made a strong charge from the middle of the pack. Off turn 4, it's Walsh out in front in that Dawn Kern motor. The white flag will be coming out for the former Modifieds driver, Jumpin' Joe Walsh, and he's only got 1 more lap to go. Eisenhower and Wallen continue their battle for the number 4 and 5 spot. Coming down in Calamity corner. He's on the high side of 4. The checker flag coming out for Joe Walsh. Modified point title on the last night. I told you, Kenny Schroeder has been talking to this guy quite a bit over the phone to help him get geared up for his late model career. He comes to you from out of Fenton, Missouri. Fans, put your hands together for a member of the Gateway Connection, Jumpin' Joe Walsh. I think you got a crowd up there tonight.
Yeah, there's quite a few fans up there. I'd like to thank them all for coming out. And Tech Pack Fits all late model ran good all night. You know, we struggled the last couple weeks. We all put the gas together, and you know, didn't want to race Larry that hard, but that's what had to happen.
A great run. You had it. You guys kind of got to touching a little bit over there on the back stretching in the corners, and then you used your head. Larry started smoking it. Doesn't know whether it was a tire or whether it was a motor problem, and you started pushing just a little bit harder on him.
Yeah, I noticed he was smoking some, and I slowed down, cooled tires some, and got a good run at him, and got into him a little bit, and then eased back up and got another run at him, and held on.
This late model class is also tough. We're so close to our goal. I know you were disappointed. You wanted to make the field here on Father's Day weekend for the Ozarks Challenge one spot away. Does this kind of help make up for that?
Yeah, this does help. Up on the Arco Show Friday night, we got crashed pretty bad, and we came up here and didn't get any high laps, and like I said, missed it by one spot. We've just been struggling ever since then. We finally got the car put back together, and we're happy now.
You told me that you had to do something a little different. Traffic was bad in St. Louis coming down here, and you said we took a shortcut, kind of got a little scenic route, getting back to the grassroots.
Yeah, it was. It come down old Route 66, and my dad and I were talking about how they used to go to Raleigh Speedway that way, and it was kind of funny. We were making fun of them all the way down.
Kenny Schroeder been talking to you on the phone I know a little bit. You got some close ties up there, and he's been helping your career.
Yeah, Kenny has. He's been helping us a lot. He's helped me with this, and we're going to try to do something later in the future. So he just told me to keep racing here and running hard.
One more time, talk about all your sponsors.
Tech Pack Fits All transmission products, Metro South Towing, Turn Racing Engine, Quality Transmissions. All the guys on the crew, they all did a great job this last couple weeks, and we're all proud of them.
You'll be around even after the fireworks for the fans down there?
Yeah, we'll be around probably the last couple to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Firecracker 30 winner from out of Fenton, Missouri, the driver of car number 99, Johnson Joe Walsh. Okay, now hang tight, because here in about 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to have a nice big fireworks display for you. Don't forget,